Shalom, family, and glory be to God, and blessed be the Lamb. Most of you are returning from a day of not being where you would rather be. Some of you are even returning to places that you would rather be. Some people treat their jobs like their escape from their homes. Am I already speaking too much? Let's move past that. Doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. It will still happen within your disbelief. and you will just be shocked and dismayed. Your disbelief means absolutely nothing at this point, and already I'm being antagonistic. Already. That's just my personality. It has to be. But I don't mean to be. But I hear my I'm sorry. maybe maybe I'm still a little bit chilled by he who's sinning who will silence the truth. But it's too late. Just like I said back in 2017 or 18. I said, gentlemen, the truth is like an egg that I place upon your table. Now, you can look at the egg, which many of you will do, and you should act within the silence and the harmlessness of the egg. They did not. And so I warned them. Sooner or later, what's inside of that egg will hatch. Okay? And we all dodge bullets. I've dodged at least 2 bullets. And the Pope, as we know him as that, well, today he dodges and you dodge as Catholicism, a bullet. And I'm proud. Anyway, back to what I was saying. God will have us to shout it to the rooftop, not to be quiet, not to be quiet at all. In fact, that very phrase openly. You're gonna do this openly. What I'm saying is you're gonna choose good or evil openly. Ignorance is not allowed. And whatever the choice that you make, it will be made openly with all of the information needed for you to make an educated decision. Because we are talking about your very lives here, as you know it. Anyway, Luke, NIV, 12-3. Whatever you have said in the dark will be heard in the light. Anyway, let's get to the Pope, because you know sometimes you can give people information and they are treated as if it's worthless. No, at this point, all the truth has value, much value. All the truth is of God. The truth is God, and God is the light and the way. No matter how you slice it. Normally, if he was being just all manly about it, as in mankind, the definition of manhood, by now, spoken, as usual, I won't be calling his name. Name calling is dangerous. And we don't want to pollute the air for no reason, unless it's just necessary. And we're not talking about your definition of pollute the air. By no means and any stretch. Just take it from me, at this stage of the game, words have power. Words have power. But anyway, the power said, goodness gracious, the Pope said, the 7th seal has been opened. Now, there's nothing too much in heaven about half an hour. About half an hour. That is the totality of the opening of the seventh seal. It actually has a transition between the explanation of what's going to happen before the plagues and the horror and the terror and the information gained as you march up through it, through the revelation being given to John. Okay? This is the work up to it. With prayers of the saints ascended up before God out of the angel's hand. And that angel took the censer and filled it with fire from the altar and cast it into earth. And there were voices, and there were thunderings, and there were lightnings, and an earthquake. That's where we are now. That's where we are now. And the Pope said, not only had this, you did, B, because I figured that, I mean, if you guys are so involved in ritualism at a at the level of a diocese, that it just needed further review here. Not by me, but I seen what I seen. I seen what I seen. I see all of the symbols on your robe and the symbols on your hat of different deities and all this stuff. But anyway, lean on anything solid as he trembles at what lies within. He keeps hearing creaks and scratches within the blackness. He is terrified. This is why you shouldn't be afraid of the dark. Shit in the dark actually notices. That's when it started tripping. It smells your fear. But anyway, the Pope said that he was using his power of discernment and that there was a spirit upon the land. Not just in America. What is relevant is that he tells the truth. That's what's relevant, not his beliefs. We would love, anyway, not his belief, that he tells the truth. And he did. So they dodge a bullet. But these evangelicals over here, man, y'all started out as Protestants, and now you done evolved into evangelical and just got stuck. Whatever happened to the evolving nature of Christianity? You started out with one sect, now you got Baptist, Southern Baptist, Protestant. Don't play. You know what I'm talking about. There's not many black evangelicals. That's what I'm talking about. See how you made me say it? They always play like that, because they think you won't say it. I will say it. Not to offend you. But well, think of it this way. We see bubbles and then we bust them. Don't come around us with bubbles of no kind. Don't be in the bubble, carrying the bubble, looking at the bubble. If you're leaving in, we will bust your bubble. Okay? We don't believe in bubbles around here. You guys are a tough crowd. I got to give you that. You are a tough crowd. But let me reiterate this one more time. And I know this is hard, but from time to time, I'm going to have to hit you with this. There is no black Jesus coming. Jesus was never his name. Okay? Yeshua. Say it slow. Yeshua. But you already know this, and you've known this for the better part of at least decades. So why must you have this narrative that fits inside of your boundaries, of your culture? I hate to say it, okay? You kind of like the last man standing, and you somewhere between belief in Christianity as a faith and belief in yourselves, not only as individual, but the collective. and it can't exist within those boundaries. What you say that you really believe can't exist within the boundaries that you have set for your culture. It can't. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Okay? And there's no way out of this either. Okay? Some of you did this. And then when I figured this out, I said, well, then they have the right to do this. They have the right to all information, as does everyone else, to make a proper decision for themselves. I can't tie you to the devil. You lucky. You lucky. I can't tie you to some cult-like belief. No, what I tie you to is resistance based on the boundaries that you have set for yourself within a culture based on race. And now, because you set those boundaries, that's moronic, not to mention self-contradictory. And then you have political affiliations that will not let you go. Man, you in trouble. You got all kinds of demons to slay. Here's a sword. Here's a sword. Slay them with it. Slay them with it. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. It is dead serious. Okay? So you seem to be the last choice to make. Will you live amongst the wolves? Or will you bring your angry ass home? Because we're not going to keep on coming up in these damn woods, messing with these wolves when they feel like I feel. The wolves are now saying you have a right to be here. You understand? They're saying that the sheep have a right to be here. Now, I've had previous arguments about this very point, and I said it to the wolf, and I even gave a slight analogy. I say, sir, that is the sheep with the master. A slave cannot enter into an agreement or any contract because the slave is not the owner of themselves. The slave is a liability. The slave is legal property. The property cannot come to understanding with anything. That's when he got mad at me. Because he understood. He was pissed. He showed me his teeth. And then I showed him mine. As I promptly left. Boy, I didn't come to fight that day. I just came to pick up a few sheep. You, evangelicals. This is very different. See, it's easy enough to whack a sheep here, whack another sheep here, to grab one of them by the tail and the base of the neck and shove his ass along. But with you don't, if we do you that way, you're not going to forget. You're going to see it as something else. And we refuse to get involved with you like that. You, like everyone else, has to choose. And you have to choose what is written. You have to choose what is there. You have to choose what is reality. In spite of the bound I think they would want me to stop right about there. Right about there, because I am questioning their belief and what it's based on. What is it based on? I mean, I understand the open enemy's belief, which is based on nothing, because it can't be based on anything anymore. It's like the Pope said, there is a spirit amongst us. Someone have injected a virus into this program. The matrix have been breached. Heavens shake. Mountains wane. Control of the atmosphere has been acquired. What's going to happen in very short order, if that ever happens? What you think? He going to take what we have acquired? And, sir, must I remind you, we took it fairly. We gave every God, every believer, and every other God ample opportunity to present themselves for battle. We took this throne fair and square. And now you sit on the outside of it. You say that you're not enemies, but you won't come in the gate either. Okay, I see you're going to play tough to get. You're going to play coy. Brown people, yellow people, white, you name it. Poor people, you did all this here. You did all of this here. But unfortunately for these other people, they are guilty of the same shit. But they don't group up on the under the guise of we are still Christians, even though we've done what they don't do that. You are the only one that have the man. Oh, you are the only ones who have that unlucky, disadvantageous situation in your lives. Across sheep that don't even think they're sheep. I'm telling you, shit. Boy, you have no idea. These sheep have lost their mind, but we at least 70% done herding their asses up. At least 70. And what you represent, 15%? Whoa, no, that is an undercount. That is a severe undercount. You better bring your big ass home. Bring your big ass home. It ain't gonna get no better. We're gonna keep talking about white people. We're gonna keep, who have escaped? White people, black people, Mexican people, Asians, poor, homeless, rich, just like I do everybody else. No one can ever say that I'm not fair. I even think for you. I make your argument for you. What will you do? Well, I would have you, and God would have you, the one that you say is the great creator of all things and the ancient of all ancients, then you should bring your ass home. Shit, quit making us work so hard. We have to come up in the woods and fight wolves, argue with wolves, hide behind trees, pack weapons and shit, just to fuck with you. Make sure they're alive. Count them. Man, you better